Aishwarya Jathakalaya Vedashastra Jothidar K.S.RAVINDHRAN avargal.
Om Vigneshwaraya Namaha. Namaskaram to everybody. On January 17th, we have done the Shani 7.5 Sade Sati Puja Maha Yaga at our place, and all of you have also got a chance to see the live stream of it on Facebook and other media. So that has been done by Aishwarya Jathakalaya here in Chennai, and all of you have seen it. And we have also sent out the Mahaprasads to all of you. So now we are giving you a breakup of all the materials, all the prasadas we have sent to you, so that you will know how to use each and every single prasada item that has been received by you. Our kit which we have sent to you for puja purpose. See, we have given you many items over there, and now we will see item by item how the same has to be used by you as a devotee. This kit contains all the prasadams that have been kept at the puja time, and all offerings have been made to it by way of mantra japams. So all of you will be blessed enough to use this as it comes to you after it has been mantra japam by so many priests. First, let us start with your bath Aushad Snan. So you will get a mixture of spices and other items like this. All you need to do is you will have to use cold water to take your bath. Warm water is not generally allowed, but in case you live in sub-zero temperatures or very cold places, then of course it's an exception. As far as possible, try to use only cold water in a big bucket, or whatever quantity of water you use to take a normal bath, or in your bathtub. On the Saturday morning, when you are going to do the puja to the horseshoe ring, you will have to put this into the bucket of water or into your bathtub or whatever other container you use, and take a bath using only this. At that particular time, make sure that you do not use soap or any other detergent or cleansing liquid to rub on your body to take off the dust, as it is normally done for sanitization purpose. On that one particular day, you can take a bath without soap or whatever it is. Just take Aushadhi Snan. That is why we are giving you the medicinal properties here in way of various spices and other bark, timber, all are natural products. So it will be very helpful for you, and it will also help to take away any negative impacts that may be residing in your aura. Each body has an aura around it, or in your physical self. And sometimes it is also known to heal any deep rooted thought in your mind that has been affecting you for some days and so has been tormenting you, but that is a very rare case. We are giving you all the possibilities that can happen due to a Aushadhi Snan. So this is ready. I think you got it. Next, you will have got this nauka keel. See, this is a nail that comes from the bottom part of a boat that has traveled in the sea, not fresh water but in the seas, salt water boat. All you have to do is take this and stick it on top of your front door. See, each door, a main door of your house will have a frame. Generally it comes with a frame. People will want to nail this into the door, but generally once, as per Vastu, once you put in a door frame, you are not supposed to alter it in any way by way of decorations. That is, you should not disfigure it in any way using a nail or whatever. So going against normal conventions, but as per Vastu rules, we are asking you to kindly take some adhesive. If it is resin based, it is better. If you take any other polymer based like Fevicol, here we have Fevicol and other adhesives, that will not be so suitable for the purpose. So it is better to take as far as possible to take a resin based adhesives which are available in your local markets, and use a natural product to stick this into the place which is above your door frame. What will this do? We have given very clearly in our instruction booklet what each prasad will do for you. So kindly go through it, you will understand the implications and the importance of this particular nauka keel. Next comes another most important item. See, this is again an iron ring which is made from the bottom of a boat or a horseshoe. It is also called as a horseshoe ring. This is a horseshoe ring what we give you. This you will need to wear in the middle finger of your hand. See, it will be the right hand for males and it will be the left hand middle finger for females. Please follow this rule. Kindly do not alternate your fingers. It has to be worn in the middle finger. For males it is in the right hand middle finger. For females it is in the left hand middle finger. In case you find that the size is a little bit smaller for your fingers, go to a blacksmith, ask them to enlarge this in some way or the other, but they should not apply heat over it, because applying heat on iron has to be done at a very high temperature of maybe 3000 to 5000 degrees, like you find in a furnace. So that will disfigure the composition of the ring. So it is better to ask them to use mechanical means by which they can just force the ring to become slightly enlarged. So I think I made it clear how the ring has to be worn in the middle finger, right hand for males, and the middle finger, left hand for females. This has to be worn for the next 2.5 years in case you are undergoing Ashtama Shani or Arthashtama Shani. In case you are undergoing the Sadesati period, you will have to wear it for that entire period. For example, if it has just started, like for Meena Rashi, you will have to wear it for 7.5 years. If it is for Kumbha Rashi, you will have to wear it for the next 5 years. If it is for Makar Rashi, you will have to wear it for 2.5 years. Until then, we have seen a very surprising phenomenon about this ring. See, it stays with you only until the trouble stays with you. That is, trouble in the sense, the sufferings that you may be getting due to Sadesati or Arthashtama Shani, or due to the judgment that is delivered to you by the planet Saturn. See, planet Saturn does not, as a rule, ever give negative trouble to anybody who speaks the truth, who does not deceive others, and who generally follows the dharmic way of life. So when people have made a mistake, or they are trying to create for their own personal benefit, they are trying to create other issues, then they automatically fall into the judgmental category. They have to be judged. So then Saturn comes in and gives you what you call as punishment. It is not punishment, it is your karma. You face retribution for whatever you do. So to protect you from that, what does this ring do? When you wear it, it tries to give you a semblance of superiority over negative thoughts. It helps you to sift through and find out what is right and what is wrong, what to avoid, what not to implement. So it, in essence, it also helps you to stay a very dharmic kind of person. So you actually benefit from this ring. And until you have trouble, this ring stays with you. Once it finds that you will not face any other future trouble, do not worry, it will automatically slip away from your finger. If it gets misplaced, try to find it. If it is lost, do not have any negative thought about it. Feel happy. Most of your troubles have vanished, because when that ring goes away, it judges when you are capable of taking care of yourself, as you are coming to the right side of the karma, coming to a good period. So at that time, it does not need to be there, because medicine has to be taken only when you are sick. You can consider this as a medicine. Like Aushad Snan, this also becomes Aushadhi for you, a medicine for you. So that is the next product. We are given in detail in our instruction manual, so kindly go through it. And next comes these two rakshaks. See, this has to be, this is called as your Shani Kavach. This you can most of the time wear it around your waist. Or in case you find that wearing around your waist is impossible due to medical reasons or due to other reasons of your dress, whatever you may have, then you can tie it around your wrist. Some tie it around the neck, but that is not advisable. Tie it into your wrist. The same goes for this other rakshak also. This smaller one has to be tied around the wrist only. It is fine in nature, so it needs to be tied around the wrist. I think we have covered most of the items that we have given to you. And the next comes a very important item. See, this is a horseshoe. All of you know. Yes, I know all of you know. It has come from a black horse of the normal Indian kind. No, they don't grow up like race horses. They are not massive. They are not built big, tough and all that. But they are the ones who actually are supposed to give you the best results when they use a horseshoe. And then when that horseshoe, after it has worn out, it is taken out and then it is delivered to people like you for usage. So how do you use this horseshoe? First, please note, you will have to on a Saturday start the puja, Saturday morning. So one day before that, that is the Friday before that Saturday, you will have to buy 4 to 5 items. First, kindly take a measurement of it, go out to your local store, local superstore or vessels merchant, wherever you are placed, and buy a plate made of iron or steel. Please note, it should not be plastic, it should not be any other material. It has to be only iron or steel, because that is for Saturn. So we use a metal which he is happy to synchronize with. See, you can buy something like this, a steel plate. It has to be, you have to buy. Kindly don't use any plate that is available in your house, because that will not be fit for worship, because you have already used it. See, this is a common rule which you should follow for every single item of worship. If you are preparing prasad in your house, you should have a separate set of vessels made of copper or brass by which you can prepare prasad for the Lord. If possible, you should also have a separate stove, a gas stove or an electric stove or a microwave, whatever you use to cook. Because for the gods, we should never ever mix our items of consumption with the vessels or items that are used to prepare prasad for God. So you should always keep it separately. It should be washed neatly and kept separately in your house, and it should be taken out only when you get an occasion to prepare prasad for some other puja or whatever. Fine, this is a general rule. Now let us come back to our topic. Buy a steel plate of that circumference, of that size. Then you should buy either till oil, sesame oil or mustard oil. Make sure you go to your local kirana store or your superstore or your grocery store, whatever is in your neighborhood, and find out which oil will be available always to you. See, because when you start with the oil, you should continue with the oil always. So either you buy a 250 ml of sesame oil, or you buy 250 ml of mustard oil, and then continue with it always for the puja, because this puja is not going to stop within one single kind of worship. Buy sesame oil or mustard oil 250 ml. So now you have bought 2 things. Next, buy some sandal powder, that is chandan powder you buy. Then buy some agarbattis. Buy 2 new lamps made of brass. Okay, made of brass. Small 2 lamps. Buy cotton wicks. Kindly do not buy any other wicks. Buy wicks made of cotton to light the lamp. You should use 2 wicks to light one single lamp. So at a time you will have to use 2 wicks in one lamp, 2 wicks in the other. Also make sure you buy a very big teaspoon made of steel, and buy a prayer bead mala. Say something like this, either a 108 one, or you can buy a 54 one. Whatever the prayer beads are available in your place, either buy 54 or 108. Fine. So you have bought all of these items. Get it to your house on the Friday itself. Get it and keep it separately in your house. Buy some flowers also. So that is it. Next day, Saturday morning, first on Friday itself, you find out what time the sun rises in your city or town or village. For example, in our city here in Chennai, Tamilnadu, India, the sun would have risen at around 6:28 in the morning today. But in some places it rises at 7 o'clock. Some places it comes out at 8 o'clock. Sometimes at 5:30, 5:45. So depending on which place you stay on earth, kindly use your local newspaper or Google it or whatever it is. Find out what time the sun rises on that Saturday in your house. Now, get yourself ready with a bath and everything before the sun rises. And say for example, if the sun rises at 6:30 in your place, at 6:30 you come into your puja room or the place which you have kept for doing puja in your house or in your place of stay. First, clean the place a little, and the next, take the horseshoe, clean it with water, running water, take a clean dry cloth, dry it and keep it separately. And after, by this time 15 minutes would have elapsed from the time the sun has risen in your city. See, we are doing this because on a Saturday you should start on a Saturn Hora. The first 2 Hora of that day will be Saturn Hora. So you will have to do this. Next, take the plate, keep the horseshoe on that, and then offer some flowers to it. Apply sandal paste near to it. Say you kept it on a plate, just offer some sandal paste over there. Then offer some flowers. Then light agarbattis. After lighting an agarbatti, kindly open that packet of oil, a container of oil that you have bought, sesame oil or mustard oil. Take the spoon, take that spoon, take 1 full teaspoon of oil and do abhisheka. That is, you pour it on the horseshoe. As it is all over the horseshoe, you kindly pour it. Then keep the spoon aside. After that, if you have a prayer mat, use a prayer mat, or if you have a wooden plank which is generally used, use the sit on it, or if you have a darba grass mat, put it, sit on it. Do not use any plastic mat or any other artificial item. Use only whatever we have told you now. Use it and then sit down on it. Say some devotees may not be able to sit on it because they may have some medical conditions or some other issues in their place of stay. So there they can use a plain wooden chair to sit on. It is better to avoid sofa and whatever other items because you may sleep on the sofa. So that may not be viable for puja worship. So use a wooden chair or use a wooden plank and sit on the ground or sit on a wooden chair. So now you have settled down for prayer, for worship. You are sitting on the plank or you are sitting on a plain wooden chair. Take your rosary bead, the one you have bought, 108 or the 54 one, and start chanting Om Namah Shivaya. The pronunciation may differ as per your dialect or your language or whatever, your mother tongue, no problem. Make sure you come close to Om Namah Shivaya. Chant this for 1 full 108 bead. If you are using a 54 bead mala, do it twice. So the total number of times that you chant should be 108. If you are confident you can count with your fingers, kindly don't do it because your concentration goes. And don't use your telephone which has an app to count the number of times you have done, like you are for walking or whatever, because messages keep coming on your telephone. And when you are chanting the mantra, you should only concentrate on the mantra. You should not be looking at a screen. You should not be using a counting machine, whatever, because there you are not being solemn, you are not being soulful, your prayers are not heartful. So you have to be immersed in bhakti. Your devotion should be total. So for that you will need to have a mala. Kindly make sure you buy a 54 or a 108 bead rosary mala. Use it, chant Om Namah Shivaya 108 times. Fine. After the chanting is over, fold both your hands in prayer and picturize the horseshoe and Lord Shanishwara inside your mind and in your heart, and pray to the Lord, the planet, very, very, very solemnly and with utter devotion, and kindly pray that he should bless you with all good things, and whatever sins you may have committed, he should forgive you, because you may have done it knowingly also. So in such a case, he has to take care to see that you are not overly disturbed. You put in your prayers to him, it is sure to be answered. Kindly make sure that you put it in such a way. And after this puja is over, you should have lit a lamp earlier. That is one point that I did not mention earlier. You bought 2 lamps. So when after your bath, once you wash the horseshoe, you should see lighting a lamp is normal in every household. So that is one point I overlooked earlier. So here you bought 2 new lamps. Use it only for this purpose. Okay, for this purpose you use it. Use the oil and you light the lamps. You should use 2 wicks per lamp, cotton wicks. Right. After that, let the lamps go out of their own accord. Kindly do not put out the lamps. If for safety purpose you will need to put out the lamps, don't do it. Pour as much oil as you think you have time to stay there until the lamps go out. Do not fill the lamps totally, and then don't put out the deepa. You are not supposed to extinguish a diya or a deepa once it is lit. It has to automatically extinguish by itself. There are other schools of thought that say that the lamp should not extinguish by itself, but the Shastras say that the lamp once lit should not be put out by a human being. So we go by this way. So you only use as much oil as you think you have time to stay by the lamp or in your house before it goes out. If you have to, so this is the issue. Next, from the next day morning, that is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday and Friday, keep doing the same procedure every day. And on Friday, after the puja is done, take the plate. By this time it has 7 spoons of oil, because every day you are doing abhisheka with the oil. It has 7 spoons of oil. Kindly put it into another steel container, a small bottle, or you can even use a copper container. Drain it out into the steel or copper container, and then you put the plate back and the horseshoe back. Now the next day start using the next batch, the next round. For the next week you should start your puja, and on the same day, on Saturday, after you have done this puja, you take the oil which you have collected the day before on Friday, go to a nearby temple which is Hanuman, Anjaneya ji, Maruti as a deity there, and go and pour this oil into the lamp that is lit for Hanumanji, a Maruti or Anjaneya. If you don't have a temple that has Sri Anjaneya in it, then you search for a temple which has Shanishwara. The Navagrahas will be there. So Shanishwara will be given a place over there as a planet. Go and pour this oil into that lamp which is lit before Shanishwara. In case there is no lamp over there, you kindly take 2 lamps with you. And take your matchbox to the temple, take your lamps, take your wicks. Don't take it from anybody else or borrow from anybody else. You should have bought it earlier and you should take it. Saturdays you should not buy oil if possible. Remember that. So Fridays you should have bought it. Go to the temple. If there is a lamp already lit by the temple authorities, and if you are allowed to pour your collected oil into that lamp, well and good. That is the best way possible. If that is not allowed in the temple due to restrictions or whatever rules they may have, then we have to follow all the rules of the land. So you light your own diyas. Ask them for a correct place where you can light the diyas or the deepas or the lamps. Pour that oil equally into both the lamps. Light the wick and pray to Hanumanji or Shanishwara, Saturn ji, to bless you. Again, like I told you earlier about the sesame oil or till oil, once you go to an Anjaneya temple for the first time to light the lamp, you should always go to the Anjaneya temple only to use this oil as a to pour into the lamp at the temple. If you go to a Saturn temple for the first time, then you should always go to a Saturn temple. That can be any Saturn temple. If you're on tour or whatever, you can ask me, I have left my place, what to do. Wherever possible, go to a Saturn temple, find out a temple, pour the oil over there, or light a lamp and use the oil there to light the lamp and come. You will be blessed. Now many can do this. Say 85% of devotees can always manage to go to a temple on a Saturday and light the lamps using the oil you used for Abhisheka over the past week. But some may not be able to do it due to work or other restrictions or whatever they have conditions. So what can be done there? You collect it totally in a container and at the first possible chance kindly take this oil and pour it into the Hanuman temple lamp or into a Saturn temple lamp. You should not keep it in your house, because the more and more Abhisheka material you have in your house, you are slowly accumulating negative. There are possibilities for negative energies to accumulate in your own house. So at the first chance, kindly go and use this oil. Of course, you may have to take many lamps because when it is just 6 spoons of oil, it's a different story. But at the same time, when you collect it over 3 months or 4 months time, it becomes quite a big container. So you may have to take a number of lamps to light that. And at one go, you should light all the lamps with this oil. You should use it up immediately. So as and when possible, go on a Saturday to the temple, use the oil to light the lamps, shed away all your sins over there, pray to the gods, get the blessings of God, and benefit and prosper in life. See, all of us have prayed already during the Sankalpa for all of you people to be blessed by Lord Saturn and to mitigate any suffering. It is not suffering actually, it is actually a judgment for whatever you have done. But since humankind always tries to portray their circumstance as happiness or suffering, we are calling it as suffering, to mitigate any sufferings that you may face due to the harsh realities that is brought about by Lord Saturn. You would have received a yantra in the puja kit. A yantra, a shani yantra. We have enclosed the instructions. It is a lengthy one, so we have just enclosed it along with the instruction that we have sent you for all the puja materials. Please go through it completely. If you have any doubts or if you have any questions, kindly send us your reply via our YouTube channel on the comments column, or you can call us on the numbers that you see that is going to scrolling below, or you can refer to the material we have sent you. We have all our numbers. You can call us, get a clarification. We'll be very happy to help you. And once you see this video, kindly make it a point. I take the liberty of asking you to make it a point to try to educate other people also about how to use these things. Ask them to go look into this video so that all of them will benefit from the correct procedure to use a puja item, a prasada item. Many of you will do many pujas, but the ultimate proof is when you do a puja, you should get the benefit. How will you get a benefit? By adhering to the norms that go with each puja item. And how do we get to know the practices that need to be adopted? By education. So we have created this YouTube video so that all of you will know the correct procedure for using every single item, so that you will benefit very greatly out of it. So that and now we can request you to spread to your friends and everybody else a link of this video so that they will go through it, they will also get to benefit. So when people around you benefit, you automatically grow. The most happiest person in the world is a person who has everybody else around him happy. When everybody else around him is happy, he or she is sure of getting all the support that he or she requires. So when you have the support of society and the people all around you, you are number one. And how to do it? First, you have to give something. You have to give education to somebody. So whatever knowledge we have got, we are giving to you. So whatever knowledge you gain through us, you can try to give it to others. And when others get it, they will spread it to others. So all of you will become a close-knit sort of group, like a close-knit society, a society which believes in helping others to help themselves to come up in life. So let all of you benefit from our video. Let others also benefit via you. Kindly pray to the Lord, be reverent, and be a good devotee. Get all the blessings. Thank you very much. May God bless all of you. Om Namah Shivaya.